What if I told you I'd hand you $1,000 just to take one bite of some of the strangest dishes from around the world? And if you try every single one of the 8 dishes, I'll toss in a juicy $2,000 bonus. That's a total of $10,000 cash for your taste buds to take a wild vacation. But here's the catch: these dishes are not your average burgers and fries. But here's the catch: some of these dishes might make you question everything you thought you knew about food. This is the ultimate global food dare. Are you ready to discover what people actually consider gourmet around the globe? So, grab your forks or chopsticks and let's dig into the deliciously weird. First up, we're heading to Albania, where they've taken the classic Fergusë, a beloved dish of peppers, tomatoes, and cheese, and added frog legs. That's right, amphibian appendages swimming in cheese sauce. While the French get all the credit for escargot, Albanians have been quietly perfecting amphibian cuisine. Albania's Fergusë with frog legs, the hopping Mediterranean mystery. Here's the wild part: Albanian shepherds originally created this dish during harsh winters when regular meat was scarce. They discovered that mountain frogs were abundant near streams, and their legs taste surprisingly like chicken. Even celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay admitted during a 2019 interview that frog legs aren't half bad when prepared properly. Your $1,000 bite: creamy, cheesy goodness with a side of ribbit. Next stop, Belize, where they serve up gibnut, affectionately known as the royal rat. But before you run screaming, this isn't your sewer-dwelling rat. It's actually a large rodent called a paca, and it made international headlines in 1986 when Queen Elizabeth II was served this delicacy during her visit to Belize. The British press went absolutely bonkers with headlines like "Queen Eats Rat." But here's the thing: gibnut is considered the ultimate luxury in Belizean cuisine. It tastes like a cross between pork and chicken, and it's so prized that it costs more per pound than lobster in local markets. The Queen reportedly enjoyed it and even asked for the recipe. Talk about royal approval. If it's good enough for Her Majesty, it's good enough for you, right? Your $1,000 bite: the dish that scandalized British tabloids but impressed royalty. Hold on to your stomachs, folks. We're diving into Bangladesh's Rakto Rana, literally translated as blood curry. This isn't some horror movie prop. It's a traditional dish made with goat or cow blood, mixed with spices, garlic, onions, and green chilies, and sometimes chunks of meat, cooked until it thickens into a rich, spicy curry. It's served during festivals or after Eid feasts. Before you say absolutely not, consider this: Rakto Rana is packed with iron and is traditionally eaten by wrestlers and bodybuilders for strength. It's like the ultimate protein shake, but in curry form. The dish dates back centuries and is believed to give warriors supernatural strength before battle. Bangladeshi boxing champ Rafiq the Iron Jaw Hossain eats this before every match. So, maybe there's something to it. Your $1,000 bite, the warrior's meal that might just give you superpowers, or at least really good iron levels. Flying to New Zealand, we encounter tata, or mutton birds, though they're actually seabirds, not sheep. Imagine this: seabirds that nest in underground burrows, preserved in their own fat for months, then cooked until, well, they kind of smell like old socks, but taste like anchovy lamb. Since these chubby little birds spend most of their lives at sea, which gives their meat an intensely fishy, oily flavor that's definitely an acquired taste. Celebrity chef Josh Emmett has described the taste as intensely oceanic and admits it took him 3 attempts to finish a whole bird. Here's the fascinating part: Only certain Maori families have hereditary rights to harvest these incredibly rare birds from specific islands. It's been happening for over 700 years, and protected by law, the harvesting rights are passed down through bloodlines like royal titles. The birds are so fatty that they were traditionally used as candles. You could literally light them on fire and they'd burn for hours. Taika Waititi once said, "It's gross, but my uncle loves it." Your $1,000 bite, the bird that doubles as a candle and tastes like the ocean had a baby with duck. Welcome to West Africa, where Saumbala reigns supreme as both the most loved and most feared condiment. Let's talk flavor bombs. Made from fermented locust beans, this paste smells so intensely awful that first-timers often gag before it even reaches their mouth. We're talking a dirty socks mixed with rotten eggs, level of stench. Think natto meets miso with a strong aromatic twist. But, and this is a big but, it's absolutely essential to West African cuisine. Nicknamed African Maggie Cube, this vegan umami hit is packed with protein and B12. It's like the Parmesan cheese of Burkina Faso, adding incredible umami depth to stews and soups. And let's just say that it stinks before it sizzles. The fermentation process takes weeks, and master saumbala makers are respected artisans in their communities. Food Network's Alton Brown once said, "It smells like death, but tastes like heaven," after trying it in Ghana. The key is getting past that initial assault on your nostrils. A Guinness World Record was once attempted for the largest sumbala pot in Ouagadougou, but it cleared out half the street. True story. Your $1,000 bite, the condiment that tests your commitment to culinary adventure. Meet caldo de cardan, Bolivia's most legendary and eyebrow-raising comfort food. A soup whose main starring role is played by Bull Penis, and often his trusty sidekick, the testicles. Yes, you read that right. The name cardan is a nod to the drive shaft of a car in Spanish slang. And well, if you see the main ingredient, you'll get the visual pun instantly. What's in it? Hold on to your spoons. This dish is far from a one-trick pony. Alongside the famous organs, you'll find a hefty supporting cast. Lamb rib on the bone for drama, chicken breast, beef jerky, Bolivian style, super salty and bold, potatoes. Sometimes both types, yellow and black, rice, hard-boiled egg. All bathed in a rich, milky, mineral-laden broth that simmers for around 10 to 16 hours on low heat, infusing every ingredient with a bold, savory depth. The best bowls are prepared overnight, ready for the early morning rush, usually in little Belize joints or bustling market stalls where anyone, from weary workers to laughing grandmas, gathers to restore strength or just go on a dare. The bowl bits sink to the bottom, so bold eaters finish with a prize waiting as a grand finale. Many first-timers say the broth is actually delicious. And there's a giddy sense of accomplishment when you reach the nervio, slang for penis, but also for, well, nerve. Long before natural Viagra was a hashtag, Bolivians were slurping this soup to boost not just energy, but other capacities. It's been dubbed a fertility booster and an all-day power-up. The kind of soup that's rumored to put hair on your chest and dynamite in your step. Aphrodisiac energy. It's also a hangover cure. Locals swear by it as the Sunday morning miracle after a night of revelry. Think of it as Red Bull and ibuprofen boiled together, but with much more personality. Within Bolivia, Edelmira's the soup legend of La Paz, caldo de cardan is apparently the city's best-kept not-so-secret. Your $1,000 bite, the soup that's more daredevil experience than gentle starter. In certain regions of China, turtle stir-fry isn't just food. It's medicine, luxury dining, and cultural tradition all rolled into one shell. These aren't pet store turtles. They're specifically farmed soft-shell turtles prized for their supposed medicinal properties. Traditional Chinese medicine claims turtle meat can boost longevity, improve kidney function, and increase vitality. The dish has been served at imperial banquets for over 1,000 years. Azoic style includes herbs, rice wine, ginger, and a bit of shell flair. It's chewy, slightly sweet, and surprisingly elegant. Famous food adventurer Andrew Zimmern gave it a 7 out of 10 for taste and a 2 out of 10 for mental hurdles. Remember, it's considered a delicacy and a symbol of longevity. So you're basically eating life insurance. Your $1,000 bite, the dish that promises to add years to your life, if it doesn't scare them away first. Finally, we end our journey in Belarus with Soladuka, a quirky gem that stands out even in a region famed for its fearless approach to fermented fare. Imagine a bowl of fermented beet kvass soup, vibrant magenta in color, packed generously with chunky cubes of pig fat. It's as if borscht went on a wild spa retreat and came back sporting a pork belly six-pack. What's the story? Long, cold winters, plus a love for hearty, practical food, led Belarusians to develop this dish. A bold blend of preservation, innovation, fermenting beets to create kvass, and pure, calorie-dense survival tactics. Hello, pork fat. The ancient Slavs believed that kvass had near mystical health-boosting powers, fueling field workers and peasants through the frost and toil. As for the pig fat, much like a culinary teddy bear, it brings warmth, comfort, and a sublime, creamy contrast to the soup's tangy bite. One particularly fun and unexpected aspect is that Soladuka is sometimes eaten as a festive cure for hangovers after an evening of Belarusian revelry, thanks to kvass's restorative tang and the fat's stick-to-your-ribs charm. If you're looking for a famous fan, look no further than Sergei Mikhaluk, the eccentric Belarusian rock frontman of Bruto, who has publicly confessed on radio to craving Soladuka after long tours, claiming it reboots the soul, as only fermented beet broth and pig fat can. Your $1,000 bite, the soup that's healthy and unhealthy at the same time. So there you have it. 8 of the world's weirdest, most wonderful, and absolutely bewildering delicacies. Which one of these dishes would you try first? Could you earn the $10,000 dare money, or would you tap out at Royal Rat? Leave a comment with your yes or yuck picks. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who swears they'll eat anything. And as Mr. Ambot would say, no matter what you are going through, you still deserve to eat whatever you want.